Hey there, it's Jenny. Let's take a look how I planned this week in my memory planner. I am using a bunch of Elle Studio products, including the Parker stamps that I showed you already, and those beautiful alphas. These die cuts, I already took a bunch out of the package that I wanted to use. The hearts, there's the package of the die cuts. What month is this? April? Yeah, April, the April kit. And we are going to go ahead and cut up my photos. Sorry, sometimes I am just, geez, who knows what the date is anymore. Anywho, I use the Pick Frame app on my phone to put these photos into this collage, and then I print them on my Canon selfie. Trust me when I say if I didn't have a photo printer at my house, I would not do this project. I would want to, I would start it, I would work on it, but I would never ever have as many completed books as I do without having a printer at home. This makes it that I can do it, I don't have to leave, they're done in seconds, and I am able to do this. I add the date at the top on the tear off strip just because I have a hard time remembering, and a lot of times the photos resemble each other. What's that mean? So if I have 3 baseball game pictures, sometimes I really honestly don't know which one went on which day. Does it matter? No, not really. But if I can, I want to. So if I can put it on the correct date, that's what I want to do. If I can't, it's no big deal. I'm happy to, put it wherever. It doesn't really make any difference. It happened that week. It's, 5 years from now, I'm not going to care. But, I just like to take it the way that I can when I can. So I am laying out my photos. There are a ton on the second half of the week. Again, I'm always so photo heavy on the second half of the week, but it allows me a little more decor on the first half of the week, so I'm okay with that. I am using the Scotch ATG gun to add the photos to the page. This sucker holds, the adhesive is gonna hold. And I have been scrapbooking for 20 years, and so I have run across a bunch of adhesives. And I'm here to tell you they are not all created equal, and they will not all hold your stuff to the paper the same way. So take that for what you want to. So I am going to be doing a ton of overlapping and staggering of the photos just because this way I can fit them all in a pleasing fashion. I could just line them all up. I could just make a grid or a checkerboard or whatever. But honestly, that's not really for me. I prefer a little bit more of an eclectic look. And again, that's a personal preference, 100%. So I added the adhesive to the back and then I adhere them down, and overlapping really helps make space for these photos. So now I'll take the pages out so I can start to add more embellishments, add embellishments because I haven't added any yet, and also stamp. Stamping is one of those things that you really have to prepare for and setting yourself up for success. One of those things includes a firm, even surface. Another one is a high quality ink. And the third one is a good attitude. If you're new to it, try on a practice piece of paper. Don't start on your project. I screw up. Look on the Monday. You can see right there's a little extra smidge of ink that I got on the stamping block, and when I stamped Tuesday, that transferred. I have been stamping for like 20 years. So if you're not careful and you're not paying attention, which I wasn't, things can happen. So I want you to go into it with a good attitude. I'm using VersaFine ink. I recommend it for all beginners. It's so easy to use. It gives a good impression. It is, I don't know, $10 or $12, but I have been using this same pad since seriously like 2014. I'm not kidding. Like I've never re-inked it or anything like that. So as long as you take care of it, it will last you a really long time. So the price per use will be very low, and that will make you very happy when you're able to use it over and over and over again. Now you can see here I am just using the stamps and then using a baby wipe to clean them off. There are a wide variety of ways to clean your stamps, and you will see people offer you all kinds of different, I do this, I do that. It's probably fine, to be perfectly honest. You just want to use something that's alcohol free If their stamps start to lose their stickiness, you want to wash them with like room temperature water and a dab of dish soap. I highly recommend doing this in a bowl and not over the sink so that you don't lose any of these slippery, tiny little stamps down the drain. So it's fun though. It's really fun. And you can use those stamps over and over and over again. I mean, limitlessly basically. And they're going to last you forever if you're getting a high quality photopolymer. Sorry, I couldn't say it. All right, we're moving on to the die cuts. I am using these frames. These are genuinely my very favorite die cut shape in the entire world. The bottom left one, the red one, I'm going to use it to perfectly frame my photo. That is not the norm for me. I usually prefer to stagger it a little bit, have it be a little off center and more of an accent, like I don't know how to explain that, but not be completely lined up. I just like the way that looks a lot. However, it really worked for that photo in the lower left-hand corner to make it perfect. So that's what I did. I'm going to use a bunch of little accents as well. So the frames are sort of the bulk right there. And obviously we'll come in with some patterned paper or some patterned cards, but then I want to use these little accents as well. The photos are literally perfect, and then just the words are wonderful. Keeping in mind these are all from the Elle Studio April, goodness, haven't I already been through this, release. I am on the design team, so I did receive these products to work with, and I did not pay for them. However, I wouldn't share with you if I didn't love it. So with that said, if I tell you I love it, I love it. I'm not just saying that. Okay, so you can see these 3x4 patterned cards, and they came in the April monthly kit. And I am going to use my Happy Planner punch to punch out shapes that fit the boxes. So that's the pink one because this is a big Happy Planner, and I'm just going to punch them out. I could totally use the paper trimmer, 100%. I just like using the punch. It works great. It's super easy. And there you go. See, I love it. Fits right in the box perfectly, and then I can line that up. Now, we have talked a little bit in the past about the background, the anchor, and then the accent. So there's your background. Here's your anchor, which is the camera. Now this one's going to be a little bit different. They have a little bit of variance every now and again. This love you or love this is going with that photo frame, in my opinion. This tiny little heart is kind of going to be the accent here, though you're going to see me do something a little bit different up on the top in a little bit. But that's the thing, right? I do usually use the same formula over and over again, and I think the vast majority of the time they fit the really specific criteria of background, background, anchor, and accent, but sometimes I do change it up a little bit. So like this upper right-hand corner, for example, I have the background, the blue background, then I have that little frame as the accent. Now I am going to add this little strip over on the right-hand side, so you could say that that is the accent as opposed to the anchor. I'm sorry, there's just so many words and it's so hard for me to keep it all straight when I'm talking about it and doing all of these at the exact same time. So, but there, right there, the top left, the yellow, the frame, and the life captured, that is the perfect example of what I ordinarily do. Background, accent, and then the photo or the camera is the anchor. So that is as typical as they come. They're staggered in the way that is often something I would use. Speaking of which, that's a little glue pen, and the tip of it is like a gel pen, and it's perfect for small, tiny little embellishments. I'm going to use it for the heart on the viewfinder of the camera as well. It's a miniature little thing, and it's so easy just to add a little tiny dab of glue to. So yeah, that upper left-hand corner is so typical of what I typically do. And sometimes I do change it up. So the upper right hand, you have they're kind of spread across, right? As opposed to a really tight cluster, I've spread it across. So you have background, anchor, accent in sort of a linear fashion. And then those clear stickers, do you see them? The hearts are the most adorable shape. And then the colors are beautiful. I mean, obviously they're a rainbow, so I'm all in on the rainbow. Now we're going to add the places for the activities. This is kind of going to be wide-reaching this week because I'm not doing a traditional really big journaling spot because I don't really have room for that, as you can see here. So I'll have a couple of small journaling spots. Now I'm also going to use these clear alpha stickers. They're like a really sturdy sticker. They're not flimsy at all. They're clear. They have great adhesive on the back. And so I'm going to use these in a couple of places to notate an activity, but also make it a little bit more fun than ordinary. So I think that's really just a great way to change things up a little bit. All right, so now there is this little strip of, or package of stickers. It's got a bunch of labels, it's got some flags, and then it also has some little words at the bottom. It's super cool. I love it. So we used the label at the bottom to, again, notate an activity, and then those will come back for sure because look at that, another label. They're just so versatile and they're really inexpensive and a great way to add a bunch of different things to your layout on one sticker sheet. So you've got like functional in the labels and those little flags, but then you've also got the word stickers that accent things so perfectly. I just love it. The stickers add so much to the page, but they're really inexpensive, and then with no dimension whatsoever, they are perfect. You're not going to bulk up anything at all. So now those two flags down there, we are going to use those again as markers for activities, and I will add a little bit of mild liner as well to help them stand out just a tiny bit more. And I use the yellow mild liner on this page to also help bring the yellow over to the right hand side a little bit more. Obviously I used the yellow on the label sticker, but then the mild liner also helps because on the left side you see we have the pattern paper in yellow and the label in yellow. So then we're tying it all together. Today I am using the Zebra Sarasa pen. I've been switching back and forth a lot lately between that one and the Paper Mate Flare, but I like using both of them, so that's kind of what I do. I'm using the stencil today to notate an activity, which is super unusual. I almost never do that, but I just liked it. I thought it was fun and a little bit different, and I didn't want to go overboard with the flags and the mild liners, so I thought adding something a little different would be really cool. And then again, doing a little bit of journaling over here using the stencil as well. But that's really honestly the only journaling on this page because there's just not a ton of room. I still have something I need to write in right there in Monday, and I'm using the clear alphas again because I just think they look so awesome and they have a nice weight. They're definitely really thick. They do add a little bit of bulk to your page. So if you're wanting a super thin sticker, this is not it for you, but they have beautiful color and I love how they're transparent too. They're really cute. So that is pretty much it for me this week. Thanks so much for stopping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions, please leave it in the comment box below, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Thanks so much and make it a great day.